Hello and welcome back to part two of 1313 Mockerbird Lane. This is the the Munsters a mansion, and that is this is so this will be part two. What I'm going to be doing is making the walls now for the kitchen because I'm going to start from the kitchen and that's I'm going to work out. So what I'm going to do is start making the walls and then that for the kitchen. I'm going to use foam board and 10 by 10 millimeter dowels because we'll get stuff over and I'll show you and they show you it. Before I get the stuff over, and I'll just like because you can see I've got the mansion in front of me, the base, and this is the front. There's the kitchen there. So that's what I'm going to do is be working like from back to front. So I'm going to start doing the walls around this, and now I am going to have a opening wall on this edge. Sorry, I'll show you. And on this and along this edge here, because that is the edge there. And then I'm going to open the wall there so you can see into the kitchen. So I'm going to get the foam board over and the dowels over, and that's going to show you, and that's going to start cutting them. In front of me, I've got two bits of foam board in here. I've got one complete sheet and all that. Well, what is pretty warped, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see that they're pretty warped. So, but I will. But once I cut it, we're down to 9 inches. And as divots like bent, and I will put the two bent bits together, push them in to make it straight. But yeah, I've got one full sheet and I've got one half a sheet where I was using. This is a bit spare of the base where I was using. It's a bit spare, so I will be using that. Yeah, and I will be doing it 9 inches. I will be making the walls 9 inches high. That works out in centimeters. That's 22.9 centimeters, and but I'm going to make it like it's 23, and I don't think it's going to hurt. So that's it. And then plus this is my dowels, and then as they are 10 by 10 millimeter dowels. There's was there six there, and then I have to and then I thought we'll get some more, but this is enough for us to make a start, and to cut them, and I'm going to be using my mitre block. As you see, I'll put a bit of timber in there, in the top there for smaller bits of woods and all that. So as when I do the coving and the skirting and this is where I cut them on. So yeah, so right, that's what I'll be cutting them 10 by 10 millimeter dowels with. I've got a new blade in my knife, and that has put that in because as you go through it, and as I said, as in the other video, and as it does blunt your blade. So, and that one is always make sure that your blades are and sharp or new blades and that to cut this foam board, because otherwise it just rips the foam boards. So that's it, and I've got my pencil and my ruler, and I even got a tape over there if I need it, but and I won't be using that because and that will use this ruler. So, and then what I'm going to do is cut some of it, and as in before I stick it together, I'll come back and show you. Okay, I've cut the big sheet up and a little sheet, and I did get 3 bits out of the big sheet, and that, so I can glue 2 together, and the other bit I do next time when I cut another one, so that's absolutely fine. And then plus I've got 2 bits out of that little calf I had was left over. So I'm going to go away and that glue these two wood together, and that is and I am going to use PVA glue, as you know, and that with me spreader. And I haven't still got a plastic one, but I need to get a plastic one, and that because because you've got to be very careful when you're using these metal and their scrapers and all that, because they're easy dig in. So what I'm going to need to do is get a plastic one, and that's in. Plus I've cut the dowels, and as you see, they're 9 inches as well. So I've got we've got 5 of them. Because well, no, I did cut one, but one's a bit smaller. I don't know why. Don't know why, because they're all the same. So sorry. So what I'm going to do is go away now and glue these and come back and show you once they're glued. Yeah, just before I start gluing, and if you can see, if you put these together, if you put them together as they look all right, do you see the bow in them? The way it's bowing up there and all that. So if you turn it over, and as you can see how much they're bowed. Look, if we put them together, this in there, and if I go this in there and push that down, so that's flat, like that, you can see how much that's bowing up. So what I do, I will glue them that way up. So there, and that is going to put some weight on them and make them no, I won't. No, I won't actually. Tell a lie. I will glue them that way. Because if you put that middle together, or both ends, you see the middle, the big gap in the middle. So if I glue them and then put weight on them, they should push them down, and that should make that nice and straight. So that's my plan, Stan. So what I'm going to do is glue these now, and then see you in just a moment. I've stuck that foam ball together, and this was the small bit, and this was the long bit. But I have cut bits off and that to make this wall there, and they're going down here, and the wall going down there. Hang on, I'll lift the house up so I can show you. Yeah, what I've made is and I made this wall going down here, and partly made this wall. But I'm going to show you what I've done on this wall. I'm going to stick a bit of dowel on it and cut the doors out and that on camera. But I've made this wall in, and I will show you that in a moment. Right, yeah. So these did come out nice and straight, and as you can see, and I did say, yeah, like that. And as they come out nice and straight, so this should be enough here. This should be enough here to finish this room off, hopefully. And I don't know about this one here, because I've got a staircase going in here, and there's stairs going up here. I might have to cut a chunk of this wall out and put a landing over here somewhere. And that because the stairs come down here and it's into here. So, and then we'll have a look at that, and we'll have a look at that in a moment, or a little way through this video. And that, so yeah, so I'm going to show you the wall that I made, and then we get on, and that's making this wall. So I've turned the house around to the side there. So that's the kitchen there now. There's the front, and there's the back, but there's the kitchen. The wall that I've made, and then it's got a door just there. I don't know if you can see that. And there's got a door out here, it's out onto this concrete or slabbed area. And as you go upstairs going down, we're going down there. So yeah, I've made this wall, and that's the first wall I made, and that is out this stuff, and that's with the foam boards. This will be the wall there. I don't know if it's right. Yeah, it is the right way round. But and now I have cut the door out, Now, let me just take it out. Without ruining anything. So that's me door, and that's going to be well, that's the first wall. And then so what I'm going to do is make the wall going along here now. It has got a door and a cupboard there. So, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll lay this down now because that's got to be glued and that on there. And but what I will do before I glue it down, I will rub it down and just take the shine off this foam board, and so it makes it a bit more sticky just to get to. And yeah, and then I'm going to be doing this wall here now, and I'm going to do, and I've got a door there and the cupboard there. So and what I'm going to do, yeah. So yeah, hang on. And then they got the pieces here. So I've cut the wall, and then as you can see, I've got the door there, and I've got a cupboard door there, and as in this will go that way around, and as in then this end here will stick up against this dowel here. Oh, this end here will stick up against this one, and that like that, and that like that, and that is, and then I'm going to put and there's a dowel on this end, so and then that's how it will look like that once it's when they stand up and glued. So there, so along there. So what I'm going to do is move this house over so I can cut these doors out, and as an stick this and that to it. So I'll be back in just a moment. Right, and I got me phone board and me bit of dowel what's going to go on the side there. And that is, it is the one with the door in it and the cupboards. So you see that. So what I'm going to do now is, sorry, it's upside down, but and that's the only way we can really get a camera. But and that's right about it. Right, so just make sure that you get the, I mean, a bit there, I think. And because I have got a spare bit, because the spare bit, I'm going to show you what the spare bit's for in a moment. Make sure it's in line. Like that, that's good. And so what I'm going to do is put some glue in me, and my mic is on. And that, because I like cut times, I keep on forgetting to put it on. But I'm going to put some PVA glue in me tray. Not very much, because all we're doing is just putting a bit of glue on one side. So, and what I'm going to do is just spread some glue on that. I've got 4 1 2 3 blocks, and I've got a 90-degree angle. But I will show you what they're for, and that's in a moment. So I'll just put that on there, so, and then hopefully you can see this. You just make sure you got plenty. Well, not plenty on it, but enough on it to grab holds. So that's that, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my 90-degree angle, put it up against there, so I've got a flat edge to go along, and then I'm going to push this up so it's the right height and it's sitting level with the bottom. And then I'm going to get me to turn me 1 2 3 blocks, push it up there. No, sorry. What I'm going to do is get me a spare bit, put it up on there, because if you push these 1 2 3 blocks against the foam board, you're going to dent all the foam board. So, and then if you've got anything where you can plug in and protect the foam boards, put that there. and make sure that's in line with it. Yeah. Push that down. Oh, yeah, that's it. And I'm going to get these other two more of these 1, 2, 3 blocks. Hold that one there, and then push this one against it. And then same with that side there. Push that against it to make sure it's pushing and like it's pinning both of them together. And then just leave that until that dries. And then once that dries, we'll cut out the doors, and then we'll glue these 2 walls in. And then we've got many more walls to do. I've left it for a couple of hours now, so it should be dry. So I'm going to take these away, and then we'll see how it's turned out. Yeah, it's turned out right, isn't it? Yeah. It's level, you can see. Move them ones because that one there is just a temporary one. So yeah, it's another one of my walls. So that should look pretty pretty good once it's standing. So what I'm gonna do is cut these doors out now. I've got me straight me ruler. I'll see that, but I don't know whether to put a new blade in it because it'll be a bit blunt now. But I will try. And as if I'm gonna put another blade in it, I'll just put another blade in it. Sorry about the chair scraping. But yeah, take it nice and slow, and don't push down too hard. Just let the blades and then run along the straight edge. And then just work your way down. I might have to change the blades. Yeah, I think I will. Be back in just a sec. Okay, I've got my blades. I'm going to change them because the blades, because these blades in this knife here are size 2, and that's how big the blades are. I'll take one out, and then they're size 2 they are. So, and first of all, we was buying them, and then we was buying them a pack of 5 for about £8 or something. And that is really working out expensive. So we're done. We found some on the with Temu. They're exactly the same blades, and as in you get hundreds in a box. And I don't know how much they cost, but they was pretty cheap and all that. And as the blades are actually good blades. And all that. So when we bought them, where it saves us a lot of money. And plus, like, as all the old blades, what I do, I put them in this plastic container, so that's how no one can stab themselves with them. And as we put them in the right recycling places and that. So that's that. Right, I'm going to take this blade out now. And there you can see I get and I've used quite a few of them. And but you do get like 100 blades in there. And every one's been spot on. And there you go, it's and that lasts a while. So, and we will be buying some more from back from in the Temu once this one goes. So right, that's that one. That's that knife done now. And so I put my elastic band back around it, make sure it stays shut, because I don't want them all dropping all over the floor. And well, I'm going to put these back in the drawer. Okay, for now, for carry on cutting the doors out. Sorry about the chair. Just take that. Oh, that's going off. So that's what I say, like take it nice and easy. And make sure you follow the line. That's a bit hard to see, but okay. That's one side cut. You see that? I don't know if you can see that, but that's one side cut. And that's so what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut these two out, these doors, and then come back once I finished it. So that's that done. And that is when it stands up together. It should be okay. So that's it. What I'm going to do now, I'll just do these in the house. Leave it overnight so it all dries, and then we'll carry on from there. So see you soon. Oh, and there's these bits and pieces, and I will not throw because and you never know when you want to put them in put them in the house, and because they might do wall somewhere or a little cupboard or something like that. So I will keep them, and then perhaps I can use them. So see you in a minute or so. Yeah, it's another day. It's a couple of days. It was on from the last one because because the other day what I did do was well, you can see when I stuck these two walls on and that to the kitchen. I will turn it round in a minute and that. But what I have done, I have put a 9mm. It was MDF base underneath the foam boards. Because because I was thinking, and if I don't put anything under to support the grounds and with the foam boards, and it's just going to get knocked about and broken all that. So what I've done is put a 9mm base underneath it, and that's of MDF, and as you can see all the dents in it. But it's so and they're so easy to dent, and it's unbelievable. So. And then there we got bees. Well, we'll try to be careful, but well, I'm heavy-handed. You know what I mean? It's a bit odd. And then if I pull this back a touch, if I can, so you can see the edge, and I lift it up. Yeah, and it ain't heavy at all. And then they see the 9mm, the base underneath it is MDF, and so that is supporting it. And pretty well. And as it ain't heavy, but as you will, and as the house gets higher, it'll be harder to move. But and as in the movie, and as we've been looking on, we've been reading up on it and all that. And as the Monsters House, the Munsters, sorry, I keep saying it's Monsters, but the Monsters House, and what it was, and not every room was shown in the program, as there was a lot of rooms what wasn't shown. So we got to we try to do is and they use imagination, and so for it. So and that is what we're going to do. Yeah, so we've been printing off some pictures of it, and they're looking at the program on TV, and that is all on the line at it. Yes, and all you see is just bits and pieces of it. And there ain't much in the kitchen. and then we got photos of it and all that because really all it was is just a set and then the film set. But so they only show you what they want to see. So what we're going to do is when we do this, and as in some rooms I can make it look to the film sets, and hopefully, and then other rooms we just go to use our imagination. So that's and I'm going to turn it around now so you can see the room. I've got hang on, and I've got to stand up and do this because otherwise I'm going to knock the camera over. So and what I'll do, I'll just move the chair, pull this out and round, so you can and then move it much easier with the 9mm MDF board under it. And as instead of using a foam board, that's why I should have, and they use in the first place. And as you know, I could put the groundworks on the MDF, but I didn't. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now is and fix this wall along here. Put this wall in, this one here, this one here. This one here is the wall's going to be taken out, and so I'll move back a touch more, so you can see. Yeah, this wall here, and they're going to be able to take out and put back, and so you can see in the house once the ceiling that's on. So, and then and then once I've got these walls in, I'll come back and show you. And that is, I don't know whether to decorate the room first. And plus I've got to do this cupboard here. But and if I do this, and then while I'm putting these walls in, and then there's on the outside of it, but I don't know whether to decorate the rooms, and as I'm going along, or put all the rooms in, and as an in decorate it. But I think it'll be much harder doing that. So what I will do, I think, is decorate the rooms as I go. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to go away now and put these walls in, this back of this cupboards, and and they'll be back in just a minute. Well, I've added some more bits to it, and I haven't finished off all the walls, and I just wanted to show you the bits I've added, and I've added the cupboards, and that is the main staircase. That's the entrance. Sorry, hang on. If I move this back, and then you can see. Right, this is the entrance here, and as you walk in, and then you've got the main staircase what comes down here. To one side of the main staircase, and there's a room there, and on the drawing, on the plans, there's the main staircase, and to one side of it is a cupboard, and but I've done a cupboard with just some shelves in it, so we have some ornaments in there, and then that's so it can be all nice and cobwebby and all bits and pieces in it. So so that's what I've done now. And as on the back of it, I will turn the ball around. Oh, sorry if I'm getting in your way. Oh, and I'm not the camera. Sorry. And what I should have done was turned it off, and as then put it back on. But yeah, on there, if you can see, I put a staircase. Put a staircase there because like in the kitchen, and there you got a staircase what goes up. And I don't think you can see it on this drawing, but there's sorry, it's oh yes you can, sorry. And I did have it upside down. as well it's no good, is it? And so see behind the cupboards, behind the cupboards, if you're looking from the front, there's a staircase. That's the staircase in there, but I'm gonna put a door in there. Sorry, I'm gonna put a door in there, just there. I'll turn it around and show you. And I'm gonna put a door here, so there's stairs. They open the door and there's and they can go up onto the in that next floor or the first floor. So what I'm gonna do now is put these. Oh, and I don't think you can see it there, can you? What I do now is put these walls in along here, and then come back and we're going to see how it looks. Well, I've put the other two walls in, as you can see, and the wooden dowels. The staircase is down there, as you know, and I'll show you that just a minute ago. But I will turn it around and that's how you can see where the staircase is. And that, and there's the staircase down there. So, so we'll do a door, and so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be like decorating this, and after this, and then putting we're decorating it, and they're putting like the table chairs and the bits and pieces in it, and and also what I've done is made a movable wall, because once the ceiling's on and then glued down, and then you won't be able to get into it, and then all you'll be able to see, and that's just through the window. But and then I made the and then movable wall, so I could take it out, add bits, and take bits out, and if I need to. That is the movable wall. It's on magnets and all that, so and that's so anytime I need to get into it, then that's sorry about the window. That'd be nice to get a bit blunt and all that, but it's the time I'll get a trim around it and we'll cover it the window in, and we're going to see that anyway. But this is the movable wall and all that. But I will show you how I made that in just a moment. And that, yeah, so and any time you want to get in there, just take that out and put it back. So that's the kitchen, the walls on the kitchen done. So all they would do is kind of like decorate it now. But in the all this outside, as you know, it's going to have siding or and weatherproofing, because everybody calls it different, you know, like siding, weatherproofing, and all that. But because that's what I'm going to do. But right, I'm going to go away and I'm going to show you how I done these, and and explain to you how I done these walls. Not show you and explain to you, because there's magnets in there, and I don't know if you can see them, and they're in the shape of the magnets, and there's pin nails in there. So and there's an outside there, and as you can see the lines on there, and all that, because that's the first time I've done this methods, and that so, and hopefully as we go through it get better. So I'm going to put that on there now, and I'm going to move this over, and then I'm going to go and show you how I've done and that's the movable wall. Yeah, it's where I said that's the first one I made, but it is for an house. Because this one here, where I've done a tester to, and that's if it holds. Because I did watch it, and that is off of Ava off of Bentley House, because that's what, and that's because that's what she's done and all that. So I have now kind of gone with her style and that. But yeah, this is the first one that I made like in that trial, and that because that's why I went to the house and there was done on the house. Yeah, so if you imagine this is the fixed wall and on the house, and this is the movable wall. So it sits on there, and and all you do is just pull it out, and the way you need to move it, as I showed you on the house and all that. But how I come to make this, and that I did, and we did get some magnets off of Timu, and the measurements are well, it's all in Chinese, so and there we the measurements, and then that shows you, and as it says like 7, and then they're 7 millimeters across by 2 millimeter thick, and but you can use bigger ones, yeah, and there may be 9 a mil, and maybe 3 mil, but you can't go thicker in the foam balls, and that because the foam balls for 5 mils, so you can keep it under the 5 mil, and that so yeah. So you got 50 magnets in there, and as I show you the size of the magnets, only because they're only small, and you take 1 or 2 off at one there, look, and then there's Zebby on the end of my thumb, so it's only tiny. So you've got to be careful with kids and dogs and that. So, but well, yeah. Just be careful and that. And as and then plus I've used and the pin nails because you do get like nail guns, but these are pin nails. These are for like so say like for thin bits of woods and all that. And now if you want to nail them in. So and then all you do is just break 5 of these off. Well, it depends how many you want to do it. Because I did make this across there, and there's in the there, and there's in the 15 mil, so I can like score out and put the pin nails in. But I will show you that in a moment, and because I will pull some of this off and show. Well, not this one because it's got magnets in, but this one here, and then show you. And that, yeah, so all you do is get some of them because they're easy enough to break off, and they just break them off and all that. You know, how many you want. So, but that's what I've used, and also, and now, and then if I can pick some of this back, and I can show you. Yeah. So I've done one wall now in the house, and that, so I've had to do all the walls now, and I'm really confident on those we're doing that now. So, and that's good. That's another technique. It's like Ava, and what she done was experimented on it, and that she did because I watched it, but what she done, and that was just like the cut and groove for the pin nails and for the magnets, and that is but first of all she didn't put paper over the top of them and all that. So as they're written together, and then as she's taking the foam board off, and then all they're doing is just pulling straight out. And that's so what she done was put paper over the top of them, and that like I have here. And as they stop to put and they're pulling apart or pulling together. So because that's why you got paper over them, and that's how I scrape some of the paper off as you can see, and that cut a groove in the foam bolts, and as and then put the pin nails in and glue them down, and as and then glued a bit of paper over the top of them, and that also with the magnets. What I done was cut the circle out and just put them, the magnets down on the bolts, draw around them, and then just cut the top of the paper off on the foam boards, and then just dig the foam board out where that circle is, and then just push them in, and then glue them in, and then put the paper over. That's how, that's how I come to do it. So, and all you do is just put them together like that, and voila. So that's good, yeah. So that is how I come to was what to do this and that removable wall, and that is the walls of the kitchen done. So next would be and decorating the kitchen. So please join me on decorating the kitchen, and thank you for choosing our video again to watch, and please subscribe because we are getting a couple of more subscribers, new ones. So please please do subscribe and that is then we'll catch you in the next one when we're decorating the kitchen on the Munsters House. So see you later, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.